Test 1, 2, 3. I think I record. Hi guys, welcome to another Blender tutorial. If you are new, subscribe. I build Blender tutorials. 100 subscribers, let's go. PewDiePie, I'm gonna catch you. So today I'm gonna show you how you can create some kind of procedural shader, like some kind of, you can create islands in the sea, maybe some kind of icy islands, or maybe normal islands in the sea, and you have procedural shade right here. You can create some pyramids with the shader and some kind of maybe rocky stuff on the ground, and of course maybe some kind of low poly tree. I don't know, just play around with the shader. Okay, I'm gonna show you my stats, my values on those nodes, and copy those values, and I'm gonna tell you what you can adjust to have different results. So I create on a plane. I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about. Just create a plane, subdivide the plane, go right here and change the engine to cycles, create a new material, click right here to the shader tutorial, of course, create a new, go right here and on the settings change the space and bump on maybe this place only. Now you can search those nodes by Shift A. So Shift A, I'm searching for texture's coordinate, and I'm connecting this texture's coordinate to the scale for vector math. So search for the vector math, change this to scale, and UV right here to the scale. I have values like 2, and my suggestion is to not crop if you want islands to, you know, maybe 20 or whatever. You're gonna have some very low poly stuff. So my suggestion is like maybe from 1 or maybe lower to something like 5 or something. You're gonna play around with this shit. So I have the scale right here, and this goes to separate X, Y, and Z, of course. Yes, so we're gonna separate the directions, and those separate, I'm just connecting to math. So search for the math and change the math to the ping pongs, and X direction just connect right here, and Y direction connect right here. And it's cool on the shader because if you're gonna tap right here on the scale bigger number, maybe something like 10 or 20, you can adjust the ping pongs, the direction, so you can create some kind of maybe this direction island or maybe this direction. You get it, the idea? So play around with this shit. I have like 0.5 on the stuff. If you're gonna copy those values, I suggest to copy my values. Okay, now wait guys, I'm gonna zoom in, I'm gonna make it bigger maybe. So I have those two ping pongs, yes, separate X, Y, and Z, and I'm just copy this math node, I'm sorry, and just change this to minimum and just connect those two ping pongs. Okay, so copy this stuff, and this minimum goes to the mix RGB. So search for mix RGB, and I have color born, and it's very cool because you can control them with this color born the size of those pop-up stuff, if that makes sense. So lower the value, and you can create the pyramids with the 0 right here. Color born, just and turn this to 0, and you're gonna have pyramid shapes. Okay, and if you're gonna click this K, you're gonna have multiple pyramids, whatever. I have something like 0.5, 0.4, something like this. Okay, and so I have this very like low poly trees with this, but I'm adding this noise texture to have more noisy on those stuff. So noise texture, as you can see, I have big scale. You can crop up the detail, of course, to have more detail. So Shift A, noise texture, and factor goes to the second color on this mix RGB, color burn. Change this to color burn. Now wait guys, because I'm gonna just zoom in, move this, and maybe move this. I have those mix noise texture and this minimum. Yes, minimum. Connect this to another color born, and basically I'm just connecting this Vanoi texture. You can not add this, you can just connect this color burn to the height, and that's it. But I'm adding this Vanoi texture to have a little bit a little bit different results, fuck, on those islands, because I created this plane, water plane, and those islands I added, and I have different results on those islands. So I just add Vanoi texture. So search for the Vanoi texture or whatever it's called. Voroi texture, fuck. And I have scale something like 8.7. You can change, of course, this to 4D to have different results. This parameter. Whatever. I'm just adding this color burn goes to the first color, and Varoi texture goes to the that was Russian accent, goes to the second color. I have something like 0.54, and this goes to the height, yes. So search for the displacement and connect this all shit to the height. And displacement goes to the fucking right here on the output displacement, yes. Yes. Now, I'm gonna show you how you can create some another material to the land and another material on those pop-up stuff. I'm using the same setup like in the previous tutorial, but it's working, so it's cool. So I'm just have connect this all shit, and basically I'm just connecting this color burn, this first one. Okay, wait guys, because my mouse is fucking shit, like my life. Wait guys, because I need to fucking move this around. Okay, now can I fucking zoom into this shit? This first color burn, go right here, math multiply, and I have values something like 8.8. Fuck. So math and tab multiply, and this multiply goes basically to the vector math, yes, and search for the scale. And I'm connecting this multiply to the scale and this color burn to the vector. So this color burn goes to the multiply to this math, and this goes to the vector math too. Okay, this color burn, as you can see, values right here multiply, and right here vector on this vector math. I'm adding mix RGB, so search for mix RGB, and this scale goes to the second color, and first color is black. It's very important, okay? And basically, wait guys, cause what the fuck, my mouse is kind of broken. Wait guys, I'm gonna just move in and zoom into this shit. So I have this mix RGB right here, and this is my suggestion. Just go to the edit, preferences, add-ons, and tap Wrangler node or whatever, and you're gonna have these shortcuts like Control T, and you can add mapping and textures coordinate, and Control Shift and left click, and you're gonna see what kind of node is, because those nodes gonna be connecting to the viewer. Okay, so this is my suggestion. I'm adding on this mix RGB that I created. I connected this scale and this all shit color ramp to the factor, and as you can see, I have this kind of values like this little black, and this goes straight. So I'm flipping those values, because basically on those setup on this color ramp, you just connecting. This is goes to the ground, this is goes to the pop-up stuff. So play around on this color ramp. I can't show you the results because my PC is shit. And I'm adding another color ramp. So this color ramp goes to the factor on this mix RGB, and I'm adding another color ramp. I have this value, as you can see, little black, and right here the whites. And this mix RGB goes to this color ramp right here to the factor, and this goes, wait guys, because I don't see shit. This goes to the mix shader on the factor. Okay, so you're gonna need mix shader and these color ramps that I connecting goes to the factor, because like I said, this basically describe where is the ground texture, where is this pop-up stuff texture. And you're gonna need some shaders. Of course, I have this principal BSDF or whatever it's called, 2 shaders. So just add 2 shaders and connect to this mix shader, 1 shader and another shader. And basically, what I adding, I'm adding on the ground water, because I'm gonna use this on water, but you can use this on the ground, you can use this whatever you want. So I'm adding this textures coordinate mapping, and it's very simple setup if you wanna create a water plane. Just this principal BSDF, just turn the color to the black, okay? And you're gonna need on the world sky texture or whatever HDR. I'm assuming you know what I'm talking about. So this color goes to the black, and I'm just adding bump. So search for the bump. This goes to normal, and I'm adding 2 noise texture, as you can see, and this goes to the mix RGB, as you can see, first color and second color. And basically I have the scale bigger right here, so I created this more noisy waves. This is the more noisiness waves, and this is bigger waves. So I have values like 4 and right here 21, as you can see. And this mix RGB goes to the bump, of course. So I'm mixing just 2 noises to create this kind of water effect. And of course I can animate this on the mapping, on the position, yes, and on the rotation, whatever. So I'm adding this textures coordinate and mapping. And on the second I have nothing basically, but you can add on those islands or whatever stuff, whatever texture you fucking want. So I'm just creating this water effect on the ground, because I'm gonna use this on this icy islands or maybe normal islands. And right here you can add another texture on your pop-up stuff, maybe some, like I said, rocky shit if you're gonna create a landscape, or maybe some kind of land, some kind of ground, whatever, ice texture I'm suggesting to add to this. So I don't know if I have to repeat this shit. Basically just watch this video and just add in those nodes and it's gonna work, guys, and it's very cool shader, like I said. So textures coordinate, vector math scale, separate x, y and z. This goes to the ping pongs, yes, to ping pongs x and y on this math. And one more time, math, minimum, fuck, and those ping pongs connect to the minimum. And I'm adding mix RGB, and this minimum goes to the color, and noise to the second color to create more noisy on those stuff. And this color burn, yes, mix RGB, I'm connecting to 3 stuff, like you see. I'm connecting to the color burn one more time, and this I'm adding Vanoy texture, and I'm just connecting this distance, yes. And basically this color burn goes to the height. And on the shader, one more time, this color burn, this first one, goes to the vector math scale, the vector, and on the math multiply I have values like 8 or whatever, and this goes to the multiply the value, yes, and this vector math the scale, and the scale goes to the mix RGB on the second color. The first color is black, and you're just connecting those 2 color ramps. So this color ramp goes to the factor on this mix RGB, and connect another color ramp and just play around on those settings. I have this, as you can see, very loud white, and this black and little black and white, and this goes to the factor of the shader, mix shader factor, yes. We just control them where the textures pop up, and you're gonna need another principal volumes to connect this to the shader, mix shader, yes. One color and second color, and you just add in your textures. Very cool stuff, like I said. On the next video I'm gonna create from this shader, and maybe I'm gonna work more on this because it's very cool effect, like I said, and it's simple. I think this is not that complicated. Okay, follow those steps, tabs those values, and like I said, if you want to create some, I don't know, low poly shit, crop up the scale, but it's gonna look shitty to me. But maybe you're gonna create something cool. But I'm suggesting to keep scale like 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and you can control on the pinpoints. If you're gonna bring up the scale, you can control this direction, so you can create this bigger length or this bigger length, this direction. Yes, so you can add, of course, play around on the pinpoints. And on the color board, you control basically the size of the island or islands. Yes, color board. And if you wanna create one more time pyramids, just turn this to 0, this first color board, and you're gonna have pyramid shape or maybe shapes. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Build this, it's cool, I think. Yeah, thank you for watching. See you on the next video. I'm gonna record part 2 because it's cool, and I'm gonna save this shader. Yeah, okay, thank you for watching. See you on the next video, guys. Boom.